Pwede natin yung iba. Okay, ganito na lang. Habang hinihintay yung iba na pumasok, I have a question. Why do we need to critique or to criticize an art? Justine. Justine? Everybody open.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Ano po yung tanong, ma'am?
Why do we need to critique or criticize an art? Sa tingin mo, bakit ba tayo nagkikritik ng art?
Ma'am, pwede pong sumalo.
Okay. Okay. Kimberly.
Ma'am, kailangan po natin ma-criticize yung art na yun kasi dun po nakikita yung response natin as an interpreter. Kumbaga po sa meaning po, bawat meaning ng arts na yun is nakakagawa po tayo ng critical judgments about sa specific na art na i-criticize po natin.
Okay, very good. That is our response, our judgment in a specific art. What else? Who else have an idea? Aryan. Aryan Ducat.
Ma'am, wala po akong idea.
Wala kang idea. Okay. How about Angeline Mape? Bakit tayo nag-art critic? Angeline?
Wala po akong idea.
Wala ring idea? Okay. Maliban sa sinabi ni... Sino ba yun kanina? Si
Kimberly.
Kimberly, yeah. Tulad ng sinabi ni Kimberly kanina. Yes, ilagay ko lang dito sa ano natin. To respond. And also, may pumasok si Marilu. To evaluate. To evaluate a specific art for the progress. Para ma-improve pa niya yung dapat i-improve. Okay? I-improve na dapat niyang i-improve sa art niya. Now, we have here 4 steps for us to better criticize and evaluate a specific art para ma-improve yung artwork or yung craft ng gumagawa. At para din sa atin, para alam din natin yung gagawin natin, this could be our rubrics in making art. Una, description. Who wants to read? Who wants to read? Raise hand. Okay. Kimberly?
Description. When we look at a work of art, our minds naturally take notice of the general information that's present.
Okay, very good. This is meant to describe. This is the first step in art criticism. Ito yung mga first impression natin in a specific art. Like yung painting kay Mona Lisa, ni Leonardo da Vinci. We notice na, sabihin lang natin, yeah, it's a painting of a woman. When critiquing, start here with a simple description of what we seen in the artwork. Kung ano lang yung nakikita natin. Like colors, sino ba yung mga characters na nandoon. Second step is analysis. Kindly read this. Justin. Number 2, kindly
Yes,
read.
ma'am. Analysis. In this step, our minds take in the lines, values, and colors of the artwork.
Okay. When we say analysis, we have to analyze an artwork. Here, we are finding what techniques are being used in that artwork. It refers to how we see the elements and principles of art. Okay? When we have to point out what is happening with these specific elements and principles. Yun yung analysis, yung mga techniques. Number 3, interpretation. Who wants to read?
Ako na po, ma'am.
Okay, Marilu.
Interpretation. We look for meaning in everything, so this is perfectly natural. In this step, we explore the meaning of the art.
Okay. Kadalasan kasi sa atin, nagja-jump na agad tayo sa interpretation. Kadalasan kapag nakakita tayo ng art, sinasabi na natin, ay siguro yung writer na to, ito ang gustong sabihin sa atin. Nagja-jump tayo agad doon na it's just natural. But here in interpretation, we are finding what the artist is trying to communicate to us. Okay? Now, here in interpretation, there is no wrong response here. Lahat ng interpretation nyo tama. Kasi based yon sa tumitingin. Okay? Next, judgment. Sinong gusto magbasa?
Ako na, ma'am. Ako na.
Okay, Rafael.
So, judgment. It is used to remind people that the work of art may not be their favorite, but it may still be successful.
Okay. Ang sinasagot sa tanong na to, yung tanong na pwedeng sagutin dito sa judgment is that work of art successful? Tinitingnan natin ano yung good, ano yung bad dito sa ginawang art. Okay? Binabalance natin. We're just not focusing on the positive, not just focusing on the negative, but we have to balance lahat ng nakikita mo. It's the final evaluation. Ito yung judgment. Also, we have also 4 steps in art criticism by Janice Mason, Art Museum. Ito yung 4, pareho lang din, pero may mga guided questions tayo. Okay, una, describe. Tell what you see. Tulad ng sinabi ko, kung ano lang yung nakikita nyo. Like, tinatanong ay yung sinasagot natin dito ay, what is the name of the artist who created the art? Sino yung artist na gumawa? What kind of an artwork is it? O anong klase? Abstract ba yon? Charcoal painting ba yon? Diba? Sculpture ba yon? What is the name of the artwork? Dapat merong title. At under yun sa describe or description. When was the artwork created? Anong year? Anong month? Anong date? Name of some other major events in history that occurred at the same time this artwork was created. Ginawa ba to during World War I? World War II? List the literal objects in the painting. Kung anong nakikita nyo, like trees, people, diba, si Mona Lisa, andun yung babae, diba? Yung background niya, like animals, mountains, rivers, etc. What do you notice first when you look at the work? Anong napapansin nyo? una nyo bang napansin yung mukha ng babae sa Mona Lisa? Yun. What kinds of colors do you see? How would you describe them? Kung gaano katingkad, yung brightness, dullness, diba? What shape or shapes can we see? What kind of edges do the shapes have? Yun, dapat i-identify mo din yon. Are there lines in the work or works? If so, what kinds of lines are they? Curved lines, diagonal, horizontal, vertical, diba? Zigzag. What sort of texture do you see? Rough ba siya? Ganon? How would you describe them? What time of day and night is it? How can we tell? Merong mga paintings na nakikita natin yung oras through shadow. Diba? Yung mga mahilig dito sa art, diba? Meron yun, halimbawa, tanghaling tapat, yung shadow niya nasa baba lang. Diba? Pag hapon, makikita yung reflection sa shadow ng tao or hayop na nasa painting. What is the overall visual effect or mood of the work? Ano yung overall visual effect niya? That is under describe. Tell what you see. Next step, analyze. Kindly read this. Hanap tayo na.
Ako na.
Okay. Magtawag tayo ng iba. Okay? Angel, Maru.
Number 2 po, ma'am.
Yeah.
Analyze. Mentally separate the parts or element shapes, forms, light, dark or bright, dull, colors, types of line, and sensory qualities. Describe how the artist used them to organize the elements.
Okay, as Wari said a while ago, we have to find out the techniques used in the specific art in order to analyze the specific art. Like, how has the artist used colors in the work? Paano niya ba ginamit yon? Through brush, straight stroke ba yung paggamit niya? Diba? O di kaya, yung tulad ng abstract na basta kinalat, or merong mga iba't ibang mga techniques tayo. What sort of effect do the colors have on the artwork? Nag-combine ba siya ng green and black color? Paano niya kinumbine yon? How has the artist used shapes within the work of art? Kadalasan dito sa mga question dito sa analysis or analyze is more on how. Kasi technique ang hinahanap. Like, has the artist used them as an important or dominant part of the work, or they have play a different role? What roles does texture play in the work or works? Has the artist used the illusion of texture, or has the artist used actual texture? How has texture been used within the work? How has the artist used light in the work? Yun lang yan, yung sa light naman. How has the overall visual effect or mood of the work been achieved by the use of elements of art and principles of design? Paano niya daw ginamit yung mga color, yung mga mood, yung mga effects, gamit yung mga elements at principles ng design. More on how. And lastly, how were the artist's design tools used to achieve a particular look or focus? Gumamit ba siya ng iba't ibang mga materials, ng mga tools? That is analyze. Interpretation. Kindly read this. Karen Bukat. Karen Bukat.
Interpretation. Seek the explain to meaning the works based on what you have learned so far about the artwork. What do you think the artist trying to say?
Okay, this is your perception about what the artist is trying to communicate or trying to say to us. Like what the artist's statement in this work, diba? Kahit na wala siyang context, it's your interpretation, okay? Your perception. What do you think it means? Ano kayang gustong ipahiwatig nun or sabihin? What does it mean to you? How does this relate to you in your life? What feelings do you have when looking at this work? Masaya ka pa pag nakikita mo yon? O di kaya malungkot ka ba? May naaalala ka bang experience mo? Depende rin yun sa experience at perception natin. Do you think there are things in the work or artwork that represent other things, symbols, di ba? Yung mga symbolical. Why do you think that the art chose to work in this manner and made these kinds of artistic decision? Bakit kaya sa tingin mo? Why did the artist created this artwork? It's about interpretation. Lastly, judgment. Tawag ulit tayo. Francis Jeric Mayo. Open mo nga yung cam mo. Francis. Open your cam. Francis, kindly read number 4. Francis, go. O, para hindi na tayo magtagal. Kasi ang oras natin dito 9 to 10. 10 ano na.
Wala ata siyang audio, ma'am.
Okay, magtawag na lang tayo ng iba. Karen, bukat. Dalawa, magkaano-ano kayo ni Aryan?
Magkapatid po.
Ay, kambal kayo. Pati nga, open nyo nga yung cam nyo.
Ma'am, iniwan na ni Arian yung laptop niya. May pinuntahan po sa bilet.
Buti di ko siya tinawag. Okay. Kindly read judgment.
Judgment. This is your personal evaluation based on the understanding of the works.
Okay, this is your final evaluation. Because after careful observation, yung description yon, analysis, and interpretation of an artwork, we can say that you are already ready or prepared to make your own judgment. This is your personal evaluation based on the understanding of the work. Here are the questions that you might consider. Number 1, why do you think that this work has intrinsic value or worth? What is the value that you find in the work? Example, it is beautiful work of art. Diba? It conveys an important social message, affects the way that I see the world, makes insightful connections, reaffirms of a religious belief, etc. Yun na, yung final judgment natin. That we can give a positive or negative judgment. Pero wag naman puro positive, wag naman puro negative. We have to balance kung ano yung nakikita niyong mali at tama. Do you think that the work has the benefit for others? Ano yung benefit ng iba? Anong maitutulong niya sa iba? Do you find that the work communicates an idea, feeling, or principle that would have value for others? What kind of an effect do you think that the work could have for others? Yung nakikita mo bang effect, yun din ba yung effect niya sa iba? Does the work lack value or worth? May kulang ba? Why do you think this is so? Could the reason you find the work lacking come from a poor use of elements of art? Meron kasi kaya kulang kasi kulang siya ng tingkad ng kulay. Kulang yung ginamit niyang technique. Hindi niya ginamitan ng mga different strokes. Ba? Yun yung judgment natin. Could the subject matter by unappealing, unimaginative, or repulsive? Kaya ba pangit? Kasi unappealing yung ginamit niya, unimaginative. Rather than seeing the work as being very effective or without total value, does the work fall somewhere in between? Fair lang ba? Do you think that the work is just okay? Okay lang? What do you base this opinion on? Dapat may basis ka rin. The use of elements of art, lack of personal expression, yung sa mukha ng painting mo, kulang ba sa facial expression, personal expression? The work lacks a major focus, kulang lang ba ng focus? Okay? This is how we judge an artwork. Okay? Those are the basic. Okay, as what I said, mute yourself, guys. Kasi kung ganyan, kung nag-open na lahat kayo ng audio, hindi na tayo magkakaintindihan. Okay, to sum it up, we discussed about the basic assumptions about art. Yung mga questions na yon. Hindi ko sinabing tama o mali yung sagot nyo kasi kapag napanood, syempre hindi pa nakapag-comply yung iba. Pero nagbigay lang ako ng mga examples a while ago. The steps in art criticism. What are the 4? Who wants to sum it up? Angela. Maria Angela Kukal. What are the 4 steps in art criticism?
The 4 steps in art criticism are number 1, description, 2, analysis, 3, interpretation, and 4, judgment.
Okay, thank you. Do you have any questions? Okay, our activity task is already posted in the Google Classroom. Next, Tuesday, we'll just have a quiz and I will give you some reading material. Yun lang yung gagawin, yung lang yung ibibigay ko next. Kaya mag-review kayo from the very start of our discussion. These are the references. Do you
May
have...
tanong po ako, ma'am.
Okay, what is it?
Is this presentation gonna be posted in Google Classroom?
What presentation? Is this discussion or the PowerPoint presentation?
The PowerPoint, ma'am.
The PowerPoint is already here in our discussion. So if you want to review
Is it gonna be posted in Google Classroom?
this video, but the PowerPoint presentation not anymore.
Okay po, ma'am.
Okay, how about every meeting ganun yung ginagawa natin kasi hindi ko kasi meron yung nagtanong sa akin sa ibang course. Sinend ko yung kaso redundant na siya kung isasend ko yung PowerPoint tapos ito redundant na.
Kanina lang pagbukas ko.
Yes. Ano yun, Francis? Francis? May tanong ka?
May iba po atang kausap, ma'am.
Ay, unmute nyo lang yung ano. Okay, sino pang may tanong? Okay, bago tayo magpaalam sa isa't isa, isang linggo na naman. Sorry. Open nyo yung cam. Ha?
Ang galing nyo po.
Magaling akong... Hindi maganda lang ako, pero hindi ako magaling.
Sana all.
Nagdadala ng sariling bangko. Okay, open nyo yung cam nyo. Lahat na tayo nakapag-picture na. Send nyo sa ano. Para yung mga hindi naka-attend. Maingit sila, may picture tayo sila, wala. Wala, hindi ko mahanap yung screenshot. Lahat na pinindot ko na wala. Okay, so yun lang.
Mag-screenshot ba ulit ako, ma'am?
Hindi na, tapos naman na kanina. Lahat na rin naman na ang nandito kanina, nandito rin ngayon.
Hindi mo sure, ma'am.
Hindi mo sure. Si Justin wala ata kanina. Nakasama ka ba sa picture taking kanina? Uy, picture taking.
Pero ma'am, ko na na-screenshot ko
ma'am.
yung mga participants.
Wala pa. Ngayon, isama mo yung kay Justin. Si Joris, wala rin kanina.
Sino po, ma'am? Justin.
Joris Doliente.
Nag-leave na. Ay.
Ano, Joris?
Wala
Open yung cam.
Ay, ito yung Justin. Hey, smile.
Gwapo naman ni Justin. May
Tapos
papis.
yung sa kay Joris.
Joris.
Ay, pre, mag-on-cam ka, pre. Nag-leave.
Yun,
Ay,
hindi.
nag-leave
Ayun
ba?
siya, yun. Oh.
I-picture ka lang. 1, 2, 3. Okay na, ma'am.
Okay. So, yun lang
Send ko na
for
lang
now. Goodbye, everyone, and have a good day.
Goodbye,
Bye,
ma'am.
ma'am. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, ma'am.